Hi there, Diana from Adirondack Girl at Heart. I teach vintage and antique lovers how to create successful antique businesses that they love. One of the ways I do that is through these videos. Another way is through my website, AdirondackGirlAtHeart.com. Today I have two banana boxes full of vintage and antiques that I've picked up over the last couple of weeks in my area. That's Albany, New York, upstate New York. And I'm going to start with a couple of bigger pieces so that I don't forget to show them to you, okay? So here's a couple of pieces of art. I love it. Do you love it? I love it. It was $3. There's the price tag right there, just in case you don't believe me. $3. I think the composition is lovely. I'm not as enamored with all of this water. You know, it didn't need to have that much water, I don't think, but it's still really nice, and I will price it at about $45, $45 to $50 in that range. And I will not frame it. I'll just bring it up to my antique booth. And here is a really lovely watercolor. So that was an acrylic paint on canvas. This is a really nice watercolor. Love this little pop of red back there. That's a canoe. It's a very sort of Adirondack-y looking painting that I think would really be great in someone's cabin or maybe in a family room. And it was $5, and I will price it at about $45 or $50. Now, here's a piece. I just love it. It is a print on canvas. It's not a real oil painting. I paid $2.50 for it, and so for $2.50 I just thought it was really striking. I might have some place in my own home that I want to use this. If I don't, I will price it at about $18. I have a nice amount of wall space in my current antique booth, and I really like that because I can't seem to stop buying art. Okay, excuse me for a second. I picked up two quilts at a garage sale. I'm gonna call them cutter quilts because there is a lot of wear. You can see that there, how the fabric is worn. There's some tear right there. There's a bunch of tears, okay? So I'm gonna call it a cutter quilt. I think you could make some pillows and a runner out of it, that sort of thing. It was $3. Yeah. So I have sold, oh, there's the price right there, $3. I have sold cut up pieces on Etsy in the past, probably a square like this blue one here, which looks pretty good. I'd price that about $10, but I'd put it with 3 or 4 and price them all together for a higher amount. So that's quilt number 1. And one second, here's quilt number 2. And this one is in, oops, that's the back, better condition than the other one. I'm gonna call this a twin or possibly a full. But it has serious condition issues too, right? So this is another cutter quilt. And I got it at the same garage sale for $3 also. So I will likely cut it up, maybe use some of it for crafts, and maybe sell some of it on Etsy. But there should be at least $100 worth of cuttings there to sell on Etsy. So I was very happy with those purchases. Now here's another, another very large item. So I actually currently have quite a large number of antique ironstone pitchers and bowls, but this set was $10. That was at a local thrift store. So it's marked Anthony Shaw and Sons, England. And I really love the sort of geometric shape of this one. The color is gorgeous. The condition is perfect. So if I were going to bring it up to my antique booth, which I wouldn't right now because like I said, I have a couple up there already, I would price it at about $100 for the set. I'm considering possibly trying Facebook Marketplace, and for something less than 100, maybe 75, since there's no overhead, right, with Facebook, just taxes. So that's my current thought on that set. Okay, last oversized piece. I picked up this outdoor electric lantern fixture, light fixture. It was $5. So it actually opens right there. And my hope is that I'm going to be able to remove this candle stick thingy there and put a candle in it and hang it in my antique booth and sell it for like $75, $80, maybe $100. I just think it's really, really neat. What do you think? Okay, I'm gonna set this down and we'll get started on some other items. How about some ceramics? And since I was just talking about ironstone, I'll show you this piece. So this is an imperfect piece. It's a gravy boat, just absolutely, oh my gosh, yummy. It's yummy ironstone. And I can't remember the mark, but I will try to write that in the description below. It's incised, it's English. And the bottom has some browning there. No chips or anything like that. Make a great little flower arrangement. So the issue is with the lid. So that's really bad glue. I'm gonna try to unglue it and do a nicer glue job, but it was $6, and the lid didn't really bother me because, I mean, separately I could sell that for probably $25, with the base maybe $35, something like that. But for right now, I'm gonna keep it. Just fell in love with that little gravy boat. Here is a nice crockery little mini pitcher. I've had pieces like this many times in the past. It was $2 and it should sell for about $15. And then I picked up four, I'm gonna call these knife rests. They're little Asian Oriental looking. They were 50 cents for the four, and I think I would price them at about $10 or $12 for the set. Here's another little crock. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with it. I think it was probably a marmalade. It would have had a little paper or waxed paper lid, and then you would have tied it, and it would have tied nicely right in that indent there all the way around. Gonna need to clean that up a little bit, but oh my gosh, I actually have unplanned collection of mini crocks. I already have one like this, but not as nicely crazed and browned. Okay, so it was $1, and if I was going to sell it, I'd probably sell it on Etsy, where I sell quite a lot of crockery, for $15 or $20. But that's probably a keeper. Here is a very pretty red or pink transferware, huge mug. I just think someone is going to really love that size, you know, really nice large cup of coffee or a cup of tea. It was $1, and I'll price it at $15. And just a little tiny small basket. It was $2. And I'm not sure if it has a mark. It has some sort of mark on there. Again, I can't read that. I'll try to put that in the description below, but just a cute little basket. I do like to pick up smalls regularly because they are sort of the foundation of my antique booth. I sell a lot of small items. So I will price that at $8. And then the last ceramic is this Native American style. I'm not even going to call it style. I'm going to call it Native American pottery. Newer, beautiful. I just recently sold a small vase similar to this. Not exactly the same style, but it sold for, I think it sold for $35, something like that. This piece is signed on the bottom. I'm going to do a little research. I have someone in my family who specializes in Native American pottery, so I'm going to run it by him and see what he thinks. But yeah, I'm hoping, you know, $40 or more for that pretty little piece. Now, I recently wrote an article all about pin cushions, a little bit of history, all different types made of all different materials, and I shared the values. So I will link to that below. But while I was writing it, I remembered that I had picked up a couple of pin cushions that I wanted to include in the article, but I couldn't find them. Can you relate to that? I searched the house over, top to bottom. I found them today. So they were out in my garage in a box I had set aside called sewing, because I was going to do another whole video on sewing. But I'm veering away from the very specific videos like that focus on just one type of item. So anyway, I found 5, and oh my gosh, so cute. Look at that. It was $1. It's a souvenir. Once again, something falls. Niagara Falls. Anyway, it's a little souvenir pin cushion. This is the cushiony part, and marked Japan on the bottom. Paid $1 for it, and I think it's worth about 25 or more. Probably will try to sell that on Etsy. And then here's a homemade one. Super cute, right? Just a little stuffed circle and then some thread to give it a little bit of a pumpkin-y kind of shape. Anyway, that's probably $4 or $5 for that one. Not a lot. Here's another homemade one. This has got a wool top and then a woolly flower thingy right there, made with a Jello mold, a little Jello bunt mold, and it was $1. They were each $1, and this one probably will bring more, maybe like $10 from my antique booth. And then this one was part of a wrist. So that's a much more modern, but I loved the red velvet and the celluloid look of the plastic. That was 50 cents, and yeah, I'll probably sell it for, you know, $8 or $10. And then the last one, oh my gosh, look at this flower, purple velvet, little leaf there, and probably made in Japan, though it's not signed, and it was $5. Yep, $5. Probably sell on Etsy for 15 to 18, something like that. Just thought that was adorable. Okay, let's take a look at some books. I'm gonna do these kind of quickly because there's a bunch of them. So here's a Hardy Boy with a dust jacket, which doesn't happen very often. So this was $1, hoping to get $20, $18 to $20, something like that. I'll try to list it on Etsy for the Christmas season. Here's another one that was $1, Danny's Secret. My son's name is Danny, so I was sort of drawn to it for that reason, but the illustrations are just really vibrant and cute. There's Daddy and son and daughter. So not in great shape, but probably $3 on that one. And then here's Little Eric of Sweden. I've had another one. It was Little Girl of Netherlands. And so this must have been a series. And it has black and white illustrations that are not that attractive, but the the cover and the spine are nice. It should sell for about $10. And then I bought this next batch, all for $6. It was at the garage sale where I got the quilts, and most of them are about bears. So somebody was collecting children's bear books. So here's Buzzy Bear, really cute. This little one should sell for about $10. Has cute little illustrations. And here, this is a reproduction of an original. I think it's from the 1990s. The original would have been Victorian, super cute, $5. Just a little golden book. I would probably put $2 on that one. Same with these two little books, $2 to $3 each for them. And then this one is really nice illustrations, and I will probably put $10 on that one. And here's Bobby Bear, $10 to $15. This is in really nice condition. It's a little golden book style book. And this one dates to 1950, and I just think it's adorable. Hopefully $10. Pudgy teddy bear, $3 or $4. Peekaboo, here's another little golden book knockoff. Same brand, I think, as the other one, and it dates to 1952. It has this little insert that supposed to look like a mirror. Hopefully 10 to 12. Two more, that would be $3 to $4 each. And then here is a little golden book, an early one. It would have had a dust jacket. It is a D edition, which means it's a fourth edition, or fourth printing, I'm sorry, fourth printing. And here's another early one, 25 cents was the original price. That didn't change for, I think, until 1962, something like that. This is a B printing or a second printing, and it came with stamps, which have already been applied. And this should sell for about $5 or $6. And then here's another little golden book knockoff, Mighty Mouse. Do you remember that cartoon? Man, I am so old. I absolutely remember that cartoon. This is from 1953, hopefully $10 to $12. So that's some children's books. Hang on one second, I'm just gonna put them over here. Okay, two more books. One is this elementary dictionary. Any book that is like red or wine colored like this is going to be attractive to me and to many other people for decorating. This dates to 1914, and it's got some illustrations in it. I have an article all about, little golden books, so I'll link to that. I have a price guide and a whole course on little golden books that I'm editing right now. I'm updating it, and so that will be available on Etsy soon. But I also have an article called 10 categories of books that sell, something like that. Old books that sell, 10 categories. One of them is reference books. I'll link to that article. And another is this cookbook? Yes, this is a cookbook with a really cool cover. All different vintage and antique plates. It's called A Matter of Taste. And it was published by the Junior League of Morristown, New Jersey in 1989. So I would probably put about $15 on that one, sell that from my antique booth. Okay, now I have a couple of, for lack of a better word, I would just call them signs, because they're signs. Okay, bless our mortgaged home. So funny signs like this actually sell pretty well. I will put 10 or 12 on that. Here's a nicer one. Blessed are the pure in heart. This one's made out of cardboard, and this is a kind of like a mica. It's not shiny, but it's something has been applied there, and I will put $10 on that one. Oh, I have two of them. Here's the other one. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. This one's not as in great condition as the other one, so maybe $8 on that. And then here's one. Thinking about it is easier than doing it, but so far I haven't even thought about it. Someone's gonna love that for $10. And then here's a really nice slate chalkboard with the cutest surround here on the frame. I love that red. Great farmhouse look. And I will probably put 25 on that. Now I have a few miscellaneous items that don't fall into any particular category. This is a set of little hors d'oeuvre forks, little celluloid hors d'oeuvre forks. They were $1, and I may keep them like for Christmas charcuterie boards. I mean, just really cute. I don't know what those are. They look like little Buddhas. Maybe the ad says. Yeah, it just says ivory. Anyway, I would sell them for $10 or $12, maybe a little bit more if I was going to sell them on Etsy. Here's a little, I'm calling it a fireplace brush because it rests like that. It's brass, and oh my goodness, I do have an article all about whisk brooms. I'll link to that. I love this piece. It was $3, and I'll probably put 35 on it. It's unique. Not super old, definitely vintage and unique. And talking about unique, here is a tiny little ladybug stained glass box, and she was $2, and I will probably put 12 to 15 on her. So that's another one of the little items that, you know, I like to pick up regularly. Now here, talking about brushes, got 3 brushes for $1. And so this is in a little leather case. The other two, I mean, are in a little leather case. And the handles are made out of ebony, and they're kind of like a crumb brush, right? That would have had a, what do you call the thing that you sweep the stuff into? A crumb catcher. Oh my God. My 62-year-old brain is going. Anyway, there's 2 of them in here, and then I have the third one, and I have no idea how I want to sell them. Maybe I'll start with this one and put $10 on it because it's just really a little darling brush. You could use it as a clothes brush, I think. Okay, some more unusual things. I picked up 2 pipes. So this is a genuine corncob pipe. Isn't that cool? Oh, it's got something signed on the bottom. Made in the USA. Bushers. World famous pipes. Right on the back there. And then this is a wooden pipe that's got very cool texture all around it. And I actually do not know much about pipes. So I think this one would probably sell for about 10, but this could be worth more than that. And so I'd like to do a little research. They were $1 each. And here's a frame that was 50 cents. It's bone, some kind of bone. You can see little striations in there that let me know it's bone. Not super old, you can see on the back, but just a really nice look. I might put something in there and sell it for $15 or $18. I do like to frame cards of antique buttons. I think they look really great. Maybe I have a smaller set to put in there. Not sure about that. 50 cents. If I was going to sell it like this, I would probably sell it for $10 to $12 for that one. And then a couple of religious items. This is a gold-filled locket. It's got an etched cross on the front and it opens up. You can put photos in there. Gold-filled means it's very lightly gold-plated. And I think it'll sell well on Etsy, make a great gift. Christmas, stocking stuffer, confirmation, communion, that sort of thing. And I think that I have a chain for it as well. So with the chain, I would probably price it at about $35. That was $1 at a garage sale. And then at the same sale where I picked up that nice hearth, the hearth brush for $3, I picked this up for $3. The frame is absolutely stunning. Gorgeous detail on that with Mary and Jesus. I think I will leave Mary and Jesus in there. I think it would sell faster without them, but not really feeling like taking it all apart. It has these little pins here that hold things in place, so that if you remove them, then you can remove the back. So I'd probably price it at $35 for that piece. And then here is a picture of Jesus. He was in a free box, so I picked him up. This would have likely originally been a little bit golder. Some people collect pictures of Jesus or the Last Supper, that sort of thing. Getting a lot of reflection there. Probably price him at $10 or $12. That's it for the religious things. Here's a couple more oddballish things. Just an old pocket watch. It's lost its face. It only has one arm. It doesn't have a back either. People do like to buy these and then reuse like the face for a craft project like that. This could make a great head for a junk angel. So I have an article all about how to make junk angels. So this would be great for that project. And it was $1 for that pocket watch. And then this is a marbleized celluloid clock that is still working. I'm gonna say circa 1930s. It was $2.99. So this actually I picked up in a thrift store. I think it's called American Thrift Store or America's Thrift Store in New Jersey on our way down to the city one time. And it's in really, really nice shape, still works. I'm gonna say $40 to $50. Might try that on Etsy. Or I might put it in my booth. Okay, a couple more things. Final things, some metal things. Pair of very rusty calipers. These sell really great for me. $10 from my antique booth. And here is a vintagey, I'm gonna say like 1980s Campbell soup recipe holder. So I sell recipe holders, recipe boxes filled with handwritten and or typed recipes on Etsy. So if this was filled with recipes, I would probably price it at about $40 and sell it on Etsy. That way, it was $2. And then here is a spice tin, garlic spice tin that, oh my gosh, just fabulous. $4. Some really nice graphics there. And people collect spice tins, vintage and antique spice tins. And I have sold several on Etsy in the past. I've been looking on eBay. I think I will list it on Etsy for probably $35 starting out there. This is really unusual. Probably we could call a rare brand. And last item, last but not least, a really nice blue enamelware bowl, not marked. It was $2. This particular color of enamelware sells very well for me from my antique booth, and I will probably price it at $35. And I have an article all about enamelware history and values plus a price guide on my website. Same for ironstone. I also have an ironstone cleaning guide on my website. So I'll link to a lot of these related websites, not websites, articles down below, so you can get more information. And maybe you have some items that are in my articles, and that will help you to evaluate them and price them. In any event, I hope you enjoyed seeing today's finds, and as always, happy hunting.